Hello, GH fans. Happy New Year to everybody. Welcome back to the Port Charles podcast. I am so happy to be back, and what an absolute show I have for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, big things are coming to Port Charles. For those of you who saw the 60th anniversary primetime episode last night, there was a huge ending to that show. A huge spoiler. A major player is coming back. I will get into that a little bit later into the show towards the end. But if you saw it last night, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those of you who didn't see it and haven't seen the news on the internet, there will be a spoiler. There is a huge player coming back to Port Charles. Speaking of coming back, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Cassadine is back, and it does look like Adam Huss will be playing the role permanently. I haven't seen anything of an official announcement made that he is permanently cast in the role, but you have to figure, unfortunately, with the passing of Tyler Christopher, there's no option that he's coming back. So I think Adam Huss will be the permanent Nicholas Cassadine going forward. I think this is a great move. I think that Adam Huss is a good actor. He fills the role very well, and you're already starting to see a little spark and a little chemistry between his version of Nicholas and Ava. They're flirting, they're doing the little dance again, so we'll see what's happening. But Nicholas Cassadine is back, and Adam Huss will be playing that role permanently going forward. So congratulations to Adam, and hey, great to see Nicholas back in the fold and back into the storylines where he belongs. Now, speaking of recasts, something you may have noticed over the last couple of weeks, there have been quite a few recasts as of late. We started off the new year with the temporary recast of Samantha McCall. Not sure why Kelly Monaco was off, but apparently it was only off for a couple of days. She is back. She has been in the episodes today and I believe yesterday. So nothing going on there. It's just a temporary thing. Glad to see everything is okay with Kelly Monaco, and as she's back filming her scenes and back to work at General Hospital. Also, there has been a temporary recast for Kirsten Storms, who portrays Maxie. Now, again, no real word why Kirsten has taken the time away. We do know that in years past she has had some issues with her health, so we send our prayers out to Kirsten. Hopefully everything is okay with her. Hopefully it's not a health issue. Hopefully it's something that apparently was supposedly temporary, because we have seen now in previews that Kirsten Storms is back. So hopefully it was just a little temporary thing that she had to take care of, and it's good to see her already back to work as well. Now, the last one, we may see this recast for a little while. It's not a permanent recast, but it is in the role of Jocelyn Jacks. Eden McCoy did need to take some time away. For those that don't know, her mother passed away very young last year. It was a very heartbreaking thing. I can only, imagine what Eden must be going through at this moment, and especially for her being so young, her mother being so young. Our heart definitely goes out to Eden and the rest of her family. And in a moment like this, just please take all the time away that you need. You know, your family is definitely much more important than this show, than your job. Take the time that you need. Get the help that you need to grieve and to get through this process. And we will welcome you back with open arms, Eden, whenever you're ready to come back. Courtney Falk is the actress who is filling in for Eden right now. And I'd actually say she's doing a really good job. Beautiful young lady, seems to, know her stuff. And I think she's doing a really good job filling in. So again, Eden, take your time. Please get better. Come back when you're ready. We will always embrace you when you're ready to come back. Now, getting into some major news of the week, Nina has finally been exposed for being the one that tipped off the SEC about Carly and Drew. Sonny, not happy. Downward spiral once again. Not as bad as he has in the past. So it's a little bit different version of Sonny that we're used to seeing. But something that I thought of when the secret came out, and I'm glad that they're kind of addressing this, and Lois was the one who brought this up. Like, if she'll do that when she's mad at somebody, if she'll go to the SEC on Carly and Drew, what would she do under any other circumstance? What if she found herself a little sideways with the law? Would she turn on Sonny? Would she turn Sonny into the police or to the FBI or to whoever to save her own butt? Who knows what Nina would do? And Sonny cannot have that in his life. He cannot have somebody that would be so easily manipulated and turned to turn on somebody that they care about. And Sonny just can't take that risk. I completely understand where Sonny's coming from. Not sure where this is going to go. He literally shut the door in Nina's face. I was going to say he figuratively shut it, but no, he literally shut the door in Nina's face, and he's got her bags packed and he's ready for Nina to hit the road. So who knows what's going to happen? Just knowing Sonny the way I do, I don't see him forgiving to go back to Nina, especially after she lied in Nixon Falls. She kept his identity away from everybody. I think this is going to kind of be the big eye-opening for Sonny that tells him, hey, she can't be trusted. She is a liar. She will do what benefits her when the chips are down. So hopefully Sonny will just wipe his hands of this whole thing. I've never really been a big Sonny and Nina fan, just like I've never been a big Carly and Drew fan. I have had rumors that Sonny is going to be moving Ava into his penthouse as a way to protecting. And I guess Ava, is either already there by now or she's about to be on a more regular basis. And maybe something might happen there. You know how Sonny gets when he's grieving and he gets to that dark place. He looks to not only lash out, but he looks to dive further into the darkness. And even said that he wants to go to that dark place when he gets into moments like this. So we'll see what's going to happen between Nina and Sonny. I think they are done. I think Nina is probably done in Port Charles. I'm sure in time she'll probably get some forgiveness from some people, but it's going to take a while. Nina's going to have a lot of enemies for quite a while until this whole thing gets sorted out. Speaking of being exposed, has Cody finally been exposed? We saw that Felicia got the results of the DNA test that she did behind Cody's back. She showed up in Maxie's office where Cody was at and basically started talking about telling the truth about who he was and everything else. And they kind of left you with that cliffhanger. Personally, I don't think that this is going to expose Cody right now. I think somehow it's going to say that he is not Mac's son. And this storyline is probably going to drag out a little bit longer. Who knows? Maybe with the writers coming back, maybe they're looking to just tie up all these loose ends. Let's move on to the next thing. I do have to say, I did a video, I think it was about a week ago, where I was really kind of expressing how disgruntled I was with the direction of General Hospital, with the writing, with the storylines. And I have to say, this week has been unlike anything I have seen on this show in quite a while. The emotion is back. You talk about Carly finding out about the death of her mother. Bobbie Spencer's death has finally been addressed on this show. As you know, the actress Jackie Zeman did pass away late last year, and it's taken some time for the writers to finally catch up. They're there now. The funeral is next week. You know it's going to be a very heartbreaking day or two when we finally have to deal with the funeral of Bobbie Spencer. But the emotion, you feel it, like you get pulled in. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see out of this show again. I want to see that. I want to feel what these people are feeling. I want to be pulled in. I want to buy what you're selling me. I'm ready. I'm ready to be all in with you. But you got to meet me halfway. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I should just shut up and watch it and enjoy whatever is thrown at me. But I've watched this show for so long, and I know how good things can be on this show, especially with this cast of actors. I mean, you have one of the greatest casts in television with the General Hospital crew. You got to give me more. This week, you gave me more. You gave me what I'm looking for. You gave me that emotion. I felt Willow's pain when Nina betrayed. I felt Sonny's anger and that kind of spiral down. I started to feel that. I felt when Carly got that phone call about Bobbie dying and the way she broke down. I felt that emotion. That's what I want out of General Hospital. I want to buy in. I want to feel the emotion. I want to go on that ride with these characters, and wherever it takes them, I want it to take me too. So kudos to the writers, to the actors, to the directors. This week has been a banger of a week. Hats off. Great job this week, guys. The storytelling has been amazing, and it's filling me full of hope for the new year. I may be being a little naive, but I got a lot of hope for the new year now. I love it. Maybe the time away with the writer's strike did some good. Maybe this is what they needed. Sometimes you got to get away. You got to take a step back. You got to get that 30,000 foot view of the big picture and kind of see, and then start digging in and go, okay, now I see how we were planning this. Maybe let's do it this way. Maybe let's dig in a little deeper. Maybe let's pull a little more out of this. And you get recharged, you get refreshed, you get new ideas, you get re-energized. And that's what I want to see. And I am praying that that is exactly what keeps happening going forward, because that's the General Hospital I fell in love with. That's the General Hospital I want to see. And I know a lot of you feel the same way, but this week has been an amazing week. And I hope that they keep going in this direction. Now, we're at the end, folks, and I told you, a huge surprise. I didn't even know the 60th anniversary thing was happening. My wife and I were actually watching our latest episodes of Reacher on Amazon Prime, and for those of you who haven't seen it, excellent show, by the way, great action show, great kind of a mystery, whodunit, solve it type show, great. But when that got done, I turned it back over to regular TV, and the 60th anniversary of General Hospital was just coming on. I didn't even know it was on last night. But I sat and watched it. Absolutely loved the show. Love seeing those flashbacks. Love seeing, behind the scenes and the sets and the way everything's set up, and how the sets kind of go in a row, and then at the end is the hospital. And I mean, it's cool to kind of see that. I would love to get to California one day. And I don't know if they do tours of the sets or anything. They may not. But I would love to one day to be able to see behind the scenes for that show. I think it's just amazing to kind of see the way everything is made. But I started watching the clock coming to the end. I knew it was going off at 10 o'clock Central Time. And I watched it to the very end, and when it was done and the balloons dropped and they did the toast, I thought, man, that was great. I could have watched another hour of that. And then something told me, keep watching. I don't know what it was. Something told me, keep watching till it's completely over. Because at that point, I would have probably left the room or turned the channel or whatever. Well, at the very end, and unfortunately, I don't think I could show the clip on here just because of copyright issues. But at the very end, you see just a dark room with 3 white doors. And the 2 on the end are lit up. And Laura Wright comes out of the first one and she says, you know what they say, when one door closes, and then on the opposite end, Kelly Monaco comes out and says, another door opens. And they kind of look at each other and they give each other a smirk. Honestly, I told my wife last night, when I saw this, I fully was prepared to see Anthony Geary come walking through the door, Luke Spencer, and make kind of the big last final announcement. That's what I was kind of thinking might happen, because I figured, okay, that would be a great way to just send this thing off and end it. But wow, that third door lights up, it opens, and out comes Steve Burton. Jason Morgan is back, ladies and gentlemen, and he comes out, he says, happy anniversary, or happy 60 years, or happy 60th anniversary, whatever, to General Hospital, and tells everybody, stay tuned, big things are coming to Port Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed, Steve Burton is back to General Hospital. He's back where he belongs. Jason is coming back in 2024. I'm pumped. I was like a kid all over again. My wife's sitting on the couch. She's like, oh my God, you're like giddy over this. I was like, yes. This is what I've been wanting ever since Steve left, was for him to come back. I want Steve Burton on General Hospital. My wish has come true. Jason Morgan is coming back. I am so excited. I can't wait to see how they're going to bring him back. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're just as excited as I am. This has been a great week for General Hospital. Jason Morgan is back. Nicholas is back. We got some recasts. We've got some good storylines that we're digging into. We didn't even really get into the whole Sonny beating up Cyrus thing. And I've got some thoughts on that. And I believe there's a little bit of art of war going on there with Cyrus. And maybe next week when I do my recap, I'll kind of dig into that a little bit. Because I think there is more to it. And it's more along the lines of winning the war without ever firing a shot. Just kind of keep that in mind. Winning the war without ever firing a shot. And I think that's kind of the strategy that Cyrus is going with here. You do that by winning the hearts and minds of those around you. I'll dig into that a little bit further next week. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everything. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Hopefully just bigger and better things for all of us in this new year. Thank you so much. And this has been the Port Charles Podcast.